Hello everyone. Some of you may know me best as the Wikipedia editor, Patient Zero. It's a pleasure to meet you all, and it's also a pleasure to be able to present a lightning talk today at the Wikimedia UK community meeting. Today I'll be talking about what initially sparked my interest in editing Wikipedia, as well as what I do now, and my visions for the future of the project. Next slide, please. So, how did I start editing Wikipedia? Well, I created my account on the 7th of January 2014, and the day after that, I noticed a key fact missing from a Pokemon article. Pokemon was one of my many main interests at the time, and so I decided to edit the page. But when I went to edit it, I noticed that my school IP address had been blocked. So I created an account, and the rest, as they say, is history. But I didn't really start getting into the swing of editing until around December 2015. I was 16 years old at the time and was incredibly lucky to receive support and guidance from more experienced users who often commended my maturity and were surprised to find out that I was a rather young editor. In 2016, I then gained enough trust from the community to be granted a few basic user rights. And at the time, I was very delighted to receive them and to have that trust from the community at such a young age. I finished school in 2018, and after that, I took a long break from Wikipedia in order to focus on both my undergraduate university degree and later on my master's degree. I then returned to Wikipedia in April 2022 and have been active as an editor ever since. In fact, I am currently one of the top 10,000 most active English Wikipedians of all time. Next slide, please. So, as for what I do on Wikipedia now, it's very similar to what I did in 2016, insofar as I still use these two different types of software. I used Twinkle and Huggle in order to identify vandalism and disruption in real time, and then what I do is I'll take steps to remove it as quickly as possible, often beating the automated bots that are in place to combat it as well. And then I will warn the individuals engaging in such disruption. That's been something I've enjoyed doing the entire time I've been a Wikipedia editor, and I would go as far as to say it's my speciality. I am confident in my ability to identify the behavioral patterns of some very prolific, long-term disruptive editors as a result of my many, many years of anti-vandalism work. I also enjoy new page patrolling. Once again, I use another tool for this, which shows me all of the new pages that have been recently created, and then whether or not they've been tagged with maintenance or cleanup tags, and then I will engage in either adding those tags or perhaps being able to support in improving the article in other ways. But if any of those pages meet the speed deletion criteria, I'll then tag those appropriately and wait for somebody to come along and help me delete those. But often I see these coming up on my other software I use as well. So I sometimes log into Wikipedia thinking I'll use one specific tool for one thing and another specific tool for another thing, but more often than not, the tasks I partake in overlap somewhat. I'm also a member of Wiki Project Accessibility. Improving accessibility both on Wikipedia and within the wider world is something which is very, very important to me. I regularly check articles for accessibility issues, and I often work alongside other editors to repair these. And finally, I may also be found working in other areas on occasion. Next slide, please. Finally, what do I envision for the future of Wikipedia? First and foremost, I have noticed that over the years, a growing number of Wikipedia editors have started to identify themselves as being either neurodivergent, disabled, or both. I include myself amongst these editors, as I was diagnosed as autistic 20 years ago in my childhood. Given that autism in particular is a spectrum condition, it can, of course, manifest itself in different ways amongst different people. I would like to see more awareness amongst the Wikimedia and Wikipedia community as to how neurodiversity and disabilities can present amongst the hundreds of thousands of our active fellow editors, so that we can work towards assuming more good faith and identifying any barriers to communication or accessibility. Next slide, please. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure to be able to speak today, and yes, thank you very much. I'll answer any questions at the end.
Thank you so much, Alexander. It's lovely to hear. Thank you.